conditions.
Yeah, I mean, it's anytime the weather's the way it was this past weekend. I mean, you see it on Friday night, the wind's howling in. The next three games, the wind's howling out, and that's baseball in the panhandle. We were able to win 3 out of 4. Lost another one-run game, which I don't like. Don't like losing games at home. Really don't like losing games at all. But really felt like we played some of our best baseball of the year this weekend. To be honest, besides really a half an inning, we played pretty good baseball, especially under the conditions and everything. There, yeah, we left some runs out there on Sunday. We didn't hit as good as what I would like with the wind blowing out and everything, but you look at Saturday, I mean, yeah, we split on Saturday, but other than the first inning when we gave up 8 runs in the first, we battled back. I told our guys in between, you'll probably hardly ever hear me say it, that, I'm, okay with that loss. Because listen, we competed as hard as we've competed all year long. We get down 8 runs in the first inning, then they put up one more in the ninth or in the second inning, so we're down 9-0, and we bring that back to a one-run game, and really had a chance to win it in the bottom of the seventh inning. Had a runner at third base, and so again, the way our guys competed in that game on a loss was really good, and then the way we answered back in Game 3 was really good for us. And listen, Tyler's a really good team. I've said it all year long. Going into the year, I felt like they were probably the most talented team in the conference. They returned a ton of guys from a really good team last year, a regional tournament team. They added some really good arms. I mean, they just continue to run velocity out at you. They got a couple guys that are mid-90s. I mean, everybody they throw is pretty much in the 90s and stuff. So arms-wise, they're really good. They're talented. So it was a good weekend for us. Obviously, would have liked to have swept at home, but, it is what it is, and we found a way to at least win a series.
You also pick up your 500th win here at WT. Pretty big milestone.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you start looking back on it, start thinking about your career and the things you've accomplished and everything. I'm just very blessed. I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate that I've had, Coach Hall with me 14 of the 16 years. I sold him on the vision Michael McBroom was selling me to get him here. And, obviously he left 2 years in there just to go home and take care of some family stuff and everything. But, he's been a staple for this program just as much as I have been. He's helped me build this thing up from the ground up pretty much. I mean, it's, and we went through a lot of really good things here together. We went through some bad things together. He's one of my best friends in the world. And then Coach Neal, I mean, he's been with me, I think this is his 8th season as well. So just that consistency that we have with our assistants, and a lot of that is because of our administration, able to help keep those guys here by raising up their salaries, making it more intriguing for them to stay here than to take head jobs and stuff. And both those guys have been loyal. Our players love playing for those guys, and we've obviously had some great players that have came through in the 16 years that I've been here. And man, it's been a ride, and hopefully we'll win a lot more.
Are you thankful to have gotten your 500th win with this specific team?
Yeah, listen, I mean, I can't say this specific team, but listen, this is a great group of guys. I mean, you just have guys like Dave Jansen, who had his first start yesterday and goes 2 for 5 with the home run, and they robbed him of another hit and everything. I mean, they made a great play out in right field. It's just, we've had guys step up all year long. I mean, Betancourt, first at bat at WT, hits a home run. I mean, it's just, we really do have a special group of guys that it doesn't matter who's in the lineup, they're going to support each other, and they're playing hard. But listen, I mean, for the 16 years that I've been here, man, we've just had some great players, some great kids. I was getting blown up on the phone yesterday of guys that, I brought in even from Clarendon, the Irvin Camachos, the Luis Amoros. I mean, just the list goes on and on. I mean, Matt Redford. I mean, all these guys just, have helped build this. And we sold them that first group of guys that came in here 16 years ago, like Rob Mann, Heath Baker. I mean, I don't want to say a whole bunch of names just because they were so important, and they laid the foundation for what we are now and the culture and stuff, and especially in a time with the transfer portal and all that kind of stuff that goes in college athletics, for us to have the stability that we have with our coaching staff and our players. Listen, we're going to get hit with the transfer portal at some point in time. It happens to everybody, but we haven't yet really. We've had guys that are loyal, and they believe in the culture that we have here at WT, and I think that is huge. I mean, that is crucial in building a program, and that's the reason why I think we've had the success over the years, is because of that culture and that stability that hopefully that we have in our coaching staff as well keeps our players, and they want to see it on as well.
Kind of talked about it earlier, but you get to escape the win this weekend. You get to go to Arkansas, play Fort Smith, and they've kind of struggled lately. They've won 2 of their last 8. So
Yeah, listen, they obviously they're not playing their best baseball right now, but listen, every given weekend, every team is really talented. They're a really talented team. We're excited to go on the road this year. We're playing pretty good baseball on the road for the most part, and I think this team sets up better on the road sometimes than when we're at home when the wind's blowing out. I was really worried about this past weekend, just because Tyler hits a lot of home runs. They got a lot of power. That's not necessarily our game. I think we're going to be better especially at home when the wind's blowing in. We can do more things offensively that kind of neutralizes us when the wind's blowing out like it is, because you really don't want to steal. You don't want to get outs on the base paths as much and stuff. So, listen, going to Fort Smith, I mean, it's a tough place to go and play, and they're a really good team. But I told our guys after the game yesterday, I was like, hey, the good news is we're going on the road where the ball doesn't travel as much, and it's going to be more of our style of baseball. And they're like, yes, they're pretty excited about that and everything. Obviously, we love being at home and everything, and we've been really good at home this year and able to win some games when the wind's blowing out. So, but I think we set up better with, when it's 1-run games, low scoring. That's the kind of baseball that we want to play, and I expect that this weekend. Listen, I expect all close games. They're a really talented team. I think they're right at 500 right now, but I'm telling you, they're a scary team, and we've got to play some of our best baseball.